because you don't want to tell the person that what they're gonna do like won't matter anymore. So I told him, I want you to admit that you situationally graped me for more than half of our relationship. And I basically told him that we are heading for divorce. And he looked right past me and started watching the soccer game.
Welcome back, family. Today's episode.
Okay, this is another one. Another crazy one. This is another modern woman who, destroyed her own family. That's what they do, guys. They destroy their own families and act like victims. Let's just see what happens with this one.
Episode is going to be a little special because we are going to see firsthand the impact the modern feminism propaganda has on modern women and marriages. We will first start by watching this woman literally asks her husband for a divorce in the middle of an argument like it was nothing. And then she gets shocked by her husband's response.
Last night, my husband and I got into a little bit of a disagreement. I got up from the sofa, I walked into the kitchen, he stopped me. I'm facing this way into the kitchen, he's facing that way into the living room, and I basically told him that we are heading for divorce. And he looked right past me and started watching the soccer game. So I don't know if that was just denial or if he didn't care, but pretty sure if my partner of 16 years just told me that we're headed for divorce, they would have all my attention. But day one, post telling my husband I want a divorce.
Bringing up divorce out of the blue in the middle of an argument for the first time just show how much of a drama queen this woman really is. And for some reasons, she expected her husband to make a big deal out of it. But we could just all see that her husband is literally tired of her bullshit and he just wants some peace. Now, we are going to move on into the more serious subject of the day. This next clip will show you how much modern women carry their traumas around and blame men for everything, even though they are not the ones that create these problems. And the worst part is that they use feminist propaganda to validate their actions. I had to leave this clip in its entirety because it is a really sensible subject so that everybody can have the full context. I apologize in advance because this clip is going to be long and most of you will really get bored by all the victim cards this woman is going to display here, but please make an effort to finish the clip because this is the real nonsense we are all up against. Let's watch.
Okay, so there's a video on my page and it kind of talks about how something was said that I can never go back from, and the very next day my husband acted as if like nothing happened. I started this page on November 1st and it was supposed to be a weight loss, getting sober journey. That's why my bio says what it says. During a I don't like to say argument, but we'll just say it. During an argument or a heated discussion with my husband, insert trigger warning, I was talking to him and I said, love, this is like a merry-go-round. Like we keep going round and round the same subjects. And he told me that I needed to find out what was wrong with him and tell him what to do to fix it. So I told him that isn't my mental load to do, and that is something that he needs to do. As the conversation went on, I realized that I needed to come clean about what was really bothering me in our relationship. Okay. At the time, I did not know the proper word for it. The proper word for it, I believe, is a rather soft terminology. It's actually 2 words, but I feel as though it's very soft for the impact that it has on mainly women, also men. So I told him, I want you to admit that you situationally graped me for more than half of our relationship. To which he replied, I did not grape you. You never said no.
Okay, guys, I gotta pause. Like, this is too much. This is too much to take in, guys. And again, guys, why do men get married? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Why do we get married? Do we get married because we want to build a legacy or some shit? Or do we get married because we love these women? Or do we get married for some other reason? I don't know, guys. But this is too much. Like, if this is what is happening in marriages, then I don't want to get married, guys. I don't want to get married. I don't want nothing to do with marriage if a woman is gonna wake up one day and say, I must admit that I situationally raped her. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm okay. I'm not. I'm not getting married. Man, all the men in the comments, please let me know. Let me know. Why do we get married? Why men get married? Let's keep it pushing, though.
When that happened, it was like clarity, boom. And I remember thinking, and I may have said it, I didn't realize I could say no. So I dived into this and I realized it's called sexual coercion, which basically means you are in a relationship and also into like a power dynamic where you don't feel like you can say no.
Crazy.
And that's what I was doing for years. So it's very hurtful when men come on here and say, well, you probably weren't sleeping with him and that's why he's ready to get rid of you. No. I understood that on his nights off, I needed to, and I used this term in therapy, that I needed to perform. Okay. This happened for years. Like, I'm thinking, I would say 8 years total. The way that I coped with this situation is that I began drinking. At first, towards the beginning, just a glass of wine would loosen me up enough to get in the mood. The glass turned to 2 glasses turned to 3. We all know what happens after glass 4. That's a whole bottle. I started consuming alcohol even when he wasn't there. I believe it was a way to cope with the unhealed trauma in my life. And I became probably, if you want to really label it, a high functioning alcoholic. My body came to a point where the alcohol and gummies weren't numbing the feelings anymore. Like, I was able to go through the actions, but then my body would just retaliate. Like, I would like just bawl my eyes out in the bathroom afterwards. Just not wanting this to be my relationship with my husband, I bought a book for him to read about certain techniques that he could try, and it improved our relationship in that aspect to a certain degree, but I think that underlining trauma was just too deep. And it's just something that I cannot go back from. And his reaction to it was also just, it just seemed very, maybe defensive, but it should have spurred more of a conversation than it did. So I absolutely love the pouring out of support and the good faith, wishes for a happy ending for us to come together. But as I told my therapist, Steve, the other day, is that you as a husband and a wife, or like a partnership, need to be there, like, also sexually for each other. Like, I think that's a healthy part of a marriage. And to ask someone to stay in a marriage with someone who does not want to perform that act with them would be extremely selfish. I should not take away my husband's happy ending by staying and not being able to fulfill that part of a marriage. I think that would be extremely selfish for me to do that, and it also ruins his happy ending and him finding someone, as well as me finding someone that fits that thing. So that being said, that was one of the main catalysts of me finding clarity and finding my journey through this. You know, people have written me and they're like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what the right choice is. And I said, wait for that clarity, because when that clarity comes, it's like a switch, just, and your path will open up before you. So, if you think you were a victim or are a victim of sexual coercion,
oh my God,
stand up for your right to say no. Realize that no matter what you do, have that right to say no. And after that evening of speaking to my husband, I had the mentality of, I'm using my no. I'm using my no in this, for instance. I'm using this no when he tries to, manipulate me, when he asks me to do something that I don't want to do, or I know that I shouldn't be doing it. I'm using my no. I'm using my no. And that's the story behind the one video that I have that basically said, like, my husband said something to me that I can't go back. And if you're in the same boat, my heart goes out to you. It is not easy.
Okay, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. So, like, women are this dangerous to a point where they will put a man in prison that they were married to because they're looking for attention. Bruh, I don't believe this woman. I don't believe this woman for 1 second. You understand? And I take rape serious. Like, I really take sexual abuse serious, guys. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't take it as a joke. I don't take it as a game. But I know this woman is lying. She's lying through her teeth. She's looking for attention. She started this channel or page on TikTok so she can talk about losing weight and sobering up, right? And then when she was not getting the attention that she was looking for, she started using her husband so that she can get attention. She can get views. I can tell, bruh. I can tell. This is not about, her being the victim. Now she's trying to put a man that she was married to in prison, bruh. Do you know how dangerous this is? Like, they can put that man in prison. They can put that man in prison. And I'm not getting married because I don't want to go to prison, guys. I don't want to go to prison. I mean, tell me if you want to go to prison, guys. If you want to go get married and go to prison, let me know in the comments. I don't want to go to prison. This woman is playing games. She thinks that life is a game. She thinks that life is a game, guys. Because all of this, it has nothing to do with his husband. It has nothing to do with how unhappy she was in a marriage with her husband and how abusive her husband was. This has nothing to do with all of that. It has everything to do because when she started talking about divorce, she probably started getting the views. Do you understand? And now she's using that to get more views and get more, attention. Now she destroyed her own life, bro, and she's trying to destroy that man's life. I pray for that man. Let's keep it pushing though.
Guys, this woman didn't just come up with this absurd conclusion that her husband has been raping her for more than half of their relationship by her.
Your workflow is important to us. Please wait indefinitely.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management
herself, she has definitely been listening to all this feminist brainwashing propaganda. Or maybe she has been listening to all these traumatized females on the internet that give dump advice. And now, all over a sudden, she feels like a victim in the marriage. Fellas, never beg for a woman to stay once she tells you that she wants to leave. Continue living your life, because if she wants to leave, she will leave. And if she wants to stay, she will stay. I will show you what I am talking about in this next clip.
Because I still love him and I still care about him. And I always will. And I'm like, we can still be friends, and like, I will be there for you. Like, even when the girls turn like 18, like, I'm not just gonna disappear. But I'm like, I love you, but I'm not like in love with you anymore. And it's so hard because you don't want to tell the person that what they are gonna do like won't matter anymore, because it should have been done before. So I'm giving him December. Fast food napkins, am I right? I'm giving him December. We're going on our trip together, and yeah, I don't know. It seems like he's doing everything right now, and I'm just wondering why he didn't do it before. So if you have gone through divorce, because like, this is fucking easy, right? Divorce is the easy way out. You know what's easier? Just putting your head in the sand and just ignoring it and your own needs for your whole life. That's easier. But how do you, if you were a man or a woman who went through divorce and you have reached your limit and your going point, and the person that you are leaving is now like being an A+ student, like that is a mind trip. But anyway, this is 8 minutes. No one's gonna watch it, so but yeah, so what is this, day 3? And yeah, and we leave on our trip Friday the 13th, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, now he's doing everything right, and he's being fun and playful and letting me be me, and I just don't know how long that's going to last, because he hasn't done any inner work. And I was like, what self-help books have you read? What are you doing to, I'm like, this, you can only change your personality for someone for so long. And that's where I am right now. I devoted my whole life to him, and I dimmed myself to be with him, and I've molded myself to be part of his life, and I can't spend the next 40 years like that. So let me know if you've been through it and how that was emotionally for you. I gotta go because it's almost 10.
Guys, believe me when I...
Look, she's crying now. She's crying because she's regretting her decisions. She shouldn't have made those decisions, but she made them anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Because she thought, like, leaving her husband, she will find someone better, or she'll be happy again. or she will get the attention in the world and then go back to her husband, and her husband will take her back. Whatever reason she thought, but she's miserable right now. You can tell she's crying, bruh. She's crying. She's talking about how she still loves her husband, how she still wants to be with her husband, and she wants to go on a trip with him in December or something. But she's regretting it, guys. She's regretting. And all the women who encouraged her to leave her husband, they're also like this. They come up on this internet, or they're hiding behind their phones in the comments talking about, that's the best decision that I've ever made. Ladies, if you ever get to watch this video, please keep your business out of the internet. Like, don't share your businesses on the internet. Don't do that. Don't go on TikTok and share your pain. Don't do that. Don't do that. Find professional help. Go to a professional. Talk to a professional. This is not the place. Because look at how she's crying. She's miserable. She's miserable right now. Like, this is not a game, guys. This is not a game. She thought, like, really it was greener on the other side. And I always say this. Like, they think that it's greener on the other side, and it's not greener. The grass is not greener. Once you start dating, like, look, they play with you. It's all a game. Like, if you're dating in 2025, there's a whole lot of hookup culture. It's just a bunch of hookups. You understand? Nobody wants to, be in a serious relationship. I'm to be honest, like, if I'm dating, I'm just dating for 2 weeks, bro. So how are these divorced women think that they're gonna come to the dating market and change everything and make me want to date for like 6 months? No, I'm dating for two weeks, definitely. Then I'm getting mine, and I'm leaving. And most guys are like that, unfortunately. The dating market is like that. People who are actively dating, they're not dating for long. You see them with different girls all the time. Unless guys who are not actively dating, who've been dating for like 10 years, who've been with their partners for like the last 10 years or for the past 20 years or something. And these women think that they can come out here and, they can come out here, guys, and change the game. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. She's regretting it. She's regretting her decision. She's regretting it. By the way, guys, this is it for tonight. If you like this type of content, man, please let me know in the comments so I can react more of these content. Because I also like it. If you like it, let me know. Let me know, guys. Peace. I'm out. And subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. I'm out.